Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Uwemimo and I'm also known as That Mama 5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. So today I'm about to actually knock a couple of legs off a chair, and I just think it's high time we do it. So I've come here to share things that an African Nigerian content creators need to stop doing in 2023. Yes, things African Nigerian content creators needs to stop doing in year 2023. Yes, so without wasting much of the time, let's dive into it. Okay, so number one is stop telling Nigerians not to travel abroad. I mean, we all know the current state of Nigerians, or some of the African countries right now are kind of like, way beyond what we should be calling humanitarian efforts into. However, they are claiming that they are all in good condition, and Nigeria being one of them. Like the amount of people that are planning to japa and the amount of people that are already japa away from Nigeria. I don't think it's good, it's right for content creators to be saying, oh, don't come to Nigeria. I mean, don't come to abroad, don't travel abroad because you can't cope with things here, you can't do this here, there are bills to pay. Rather than you telling them not to japa, rather than you telling them not to travel abroad, I think we should be encouraging them. Me should be encouraging them to come prepared. Come prepared in the sense that, there will be times you will be lonely because it's going to take a wee while before you make friends. There will be come prepared in the essence that the type of job you have in mind might not necessarily be what you eventually get doing when you first started. That there will be bills to pay, that there will be a lot of things that you'll be doing on your own that might feel at first like, oh, why am I doing this? Yeah, rather than you telling them not to travel abroad, not to jackpot to anywhere abroad, please encourage them to come prepared. In that way, you are helping them get ready so that things don't catch them unawares. So that's number one thing African Nigerian content creators needs to stop in year 2023. Yes, I said it. That's that. Now, next one. The next one is not bringing fish to work as lunch. Like, who even came about that one? So I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok saying Africans, Nigerians, that when they bring food that have fishes in it, that it stinks. So it's all right for me to go into a workplace canteen or eating area and be smelling lasagna, be smelling bolognese pasta, be smelling fish and chips, be smelling mushroom soup. But when I'm heating up my own food, it's not okay for me to bring my own eforiru on top of my rice. I mean, a quick short story. I remember when I used to work in a care home like that. Not really a care home, like a residential care thingy. So I brought rice and I prepared eforiru, and with my eforiru, I love like fish and prawns inside it. So I heat up my food. After I eat up my food, there was no stain or anything in the microwave, but I still went on to wipe down the microwave. So I was about walking out of the kitchen. Another member of staff was like, "Oh, Wemi, is that fish you've got in your food?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, do you mind cleaning the microwave?" And I'm like, "I already cleaned the microwave, even though it's not required. And it's just that the smell of fish lingers on." And I'm like, "What do you want me to do?" After asking that question, I left. So you saying that we Africans, we should stop taking food that has fish, eforiru, ogbono, this, we should stop taking it to work. Like, excuse me. If we can sit down where we are smelling all this pasta, bolognese and whatever, why should our meal, our eforiru, why should our efelegusi, why should our omiobe with fish be something that other people will be frowning at, or they'll be saying is taking up the place? Please stop telling Nigerians or Africans what kind of food they should take to their lunch or to take to their workplace. Fish is an healthy meal. So if I have fish in my meal and I'm sitting in the canteen and you're having an issue with it, cover your nose or you go somewhere else. Period. So Nigerian content creators, African content creators, stop telling Africans or Nigerians not to bring fishy food to work because it stinks up the place. Like, excuse me, who are you? That's that. Number three thing that African Nigerian content creators need to stop doing in 2023 is saying that Nigerians shout when they talk. Like, the height of disrespect. We shout when we talk. How? I need you to understand that Nigerians, when we talk, we are so full of expressions. So you saying that, oh, when Africans, Nigerians, they shout when they talk. Like if they're on the phone, they're like ba 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 ba. If they're on the car, on the bus, they're shouting da 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 on the phone. Like, who are you to tell someone how to talk when naturally Africans, Nigerians, we are known to be full of expression. Like when we are talking, we are not talking or shouting in a way to kind of like, you know, inconvenient whoever is sitting or around you. Have you seen other ethnics, like even our Igbo people, even our British people, when they talk, they shout as well. They shout. They shout. There are some who talk in a very calm voice. Same also applies to African Nigerians. There are some of us who, when we talk, we talk in a very calm voice. There are times they will have to tell you to speak up so they could hear you. So whoever that came up with that idea of Africans shout when they talk, Nigerians shout when they talk. Even when we talk, and it seems as if we are shouting, we are not shouting. It's just the way we, you know, just the way we communicate. We want to communicate so that you hear what we are saying and you don't come back to say, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, what did you say there? I mean, to avoid that person saying excuse me 20 times when you've barely say a sentence. So I don't understand where this talk of Nigerians, Africans, they shout too much. Like, are you alright? No, Africans, Nigerians don't shout. Just as we have people who shout when they talk on the phone, same thing happens to British people, Scottish people, Ireland people. There are some of them who shout when they are in the midst of, you know, their own people, or even when they are talking on the phone. So do away with that in 2023, dear content creators. All right. Number 14, African Nigerian content creators must stop in 2023 is talking too much. Is there anything like talking too much? Just like I said in the number 3 one, that Nigerians, when we talk, we love to express ourselves. Like, you know, when we talk, we put all of the expressions, all of the hand gestures, everything. So in a way, you want to communicate whoever with your communicator so that they understand where you're talking, what you're talking about, or where you're coming from. In a place whereby they have to keep coming back to say, oh, sorry, do you want to hold on? Or sorry, do you want to do this? In order to avoid that, we explain ourselves with expression. And when we talk, it might sound to you the critiques that we are talking too much, but we are talking so that our counterpart can understand what we are saying. Just as they struggle to understand us, we also struggle to understand them. See, let me tell you one thing. Even though I've been in this country for 17 years, there are some times when I'm speaking with colleagues that I don't hear what they are saying. I just keep my mouth shut. But either because they are speaking too fast, or they just kind of like jumble everything and lose me along the way. I just keep quiet. Same way, there was a time my manager was saying to me that, well, how many words do you, how many sentences do you say in a minute? Like, you know, it's because I talk quite fast. And for me to ensure that whatever I'm trying to communicate about is clearly received, I tend to slow down, take my time, and explain or pass that information, which is what some of you, these African Nigerian content creators, are saying that Nigerian will talk too much. Please, if you know you are tired of talking, or your mouth is too small to accommodate talking too much, maybe you should just, I mean, I don't mean any disrespect, but I don't understand why people say we talk too much. No, we don't. Africans, Nigerians, we don't talk too much. We only talk with expression, and while we do so, we are doing so in order to make sure that whatever communication we are passing across is well received. Shikena, not much. Anyways, the number 5 thing that African content creators and Nigerian content creators need to stop in 2023 is telling Nigerians that we should stop eating on the road while we are walking. Please, so if hunger wires you and you enter McDonald's, maybe you've just finished your work at 6 o'clock and you're like, oh, before you get home it will be too late, and you branch at McDonald's to buy something. Like, why should eating on the street be something that is, I mean, known as that African people do? Like, Oyibo people eat on the road. So if you don't feel like eating on the road, if you're trying to claim being posh, that's fine, no problem. Take your McDonald's home and sit at your table and eat with fork and knife. But saying that Africans, Nigerians, we should stop eating on the road when we are walking, and you'll be walking, you hear them eating, like, what's the big deal in that? Do you know the sweetest part of the food? Sweetest part of food is street food. When you buy the food on the street and you are eating it on the street, that's the best part of it. So if you think you're too posh in a way to eat on the street, maybe you should not eat on the street. And please stop telling people who actually love the fact that, you know, they buy their snack, they eat on the, I mean, it not be only Nigerians they eat on the road. Yes, no be only Nigerians they use on the road. If you are very familiar with your areas, where almost everybody around your area or wherever you are eating on the road while they are walking. So it is not something that Africans or Nigerians generally only do. This is widely known. So stop. I mean, I can't even find the English for it. Stop making it as if it is Nigerians, Africans who have that habit of eating on the road while walking. Go stop. Okay. And the last but not the least is telling Africans or Nigerians to stop preaching the gospel in the streets. Like, why are our Nigerians, African content creators acting as if they've arrived? In Circular Street here in Glasgow, I see a stand of Jehovah's Witnesses. They've got their stand with all of their books there, and then if you kind of like make eye connection with them, they will walk up to you and share the gospel with you. And I've seen other white people in the street as well telling you with a megaphone, you give your life to Christ. They are sharing their experiences on the streets and preaching the gospel. So why is it that when Africans, Nigerians are on the street preaching the gospel, some of you African Nigerian content creators are here saying that Nigerians should stop preaching the gospel in the street of UK? Like, come off it now, come off it. This is a Christian country. UK for that matter is a Christian country. They brought religion to Nigeria. So if as a Nigerian, as an African, we are here and preaching the gospel, and you that they brought the religion to are now complaining that we should stop preaching gospel on the street. Like, seriously, you need to give your life to Jesus, okay? And the only one out of all of these things, the only thing that stood out for me is that all these African Nigerian content creators who've only been in this country for 2 years, 3 years, and they are starting to give immigration advices, they are starting to give JAPA advices, they are starting to give all of these do's and don'ts. Like, be calming down, be calming down, be calming down. All right, anyway guys, this is the end of my data 4 of stray bullet to Nigerian African content creators abroad. Like, they should stop telling Nigerians to stop doing all of these things, because I mean, you came here just as every other person came here, and those things that you are telling us to do, you can't just wake up one morning and say that we should stop doing it, because now that you are in the abroad, you are now you have arrived, you are now posh, So anyways guys, do you think that these things that these content creators are telling us to stop doing, do you think they are legit things that we as Africans or Nigerians should stop doing? Or do you think they are legit that we should actually stop doing them? And out of all these things that I've mentioned, which of them do you do? Me, I am all of the above. I am all of the above. I do all of the above, and I'm not ready to stop at any time. So African Nigerian content creators, please stop telling Nigerians all of those things in 2023, because no, we've had enough. Anyway, this comes to the end of my video. If you have actually enjoyed this data 4 stray bullet talk and you've not yet liked this video, what are you waiting for? So don't forget to like, drop me a comment in the comment section sharing your thoughts, your opinion. Subscribe if you're yet to subscribe, turn on the post notification if you're yet to do so, and don't forget to share this video as well. And lastly, do not forget to join my membership. My membership comes with a lot of benefits that you would benefit from if you are a member, and I hope to catch up with you in my next video. All right, bye.